mostly for arms. So just start with your feet nice and wide. You can take those hands up and then down. Nice big inhale, exhale. Just kind of waking up that whole body. And think about that big squeeze of our seat as we press our hips forward. Nice big inhale and exhales. Lowering and lifting. Down and up. Just finding that nice space. Pressing your knees out to the side. And finding that big squeeze on the top. Go for about 5 more like that here. For 5. 4. 3. Beautiful. Hold it low right here. Little pulse. Little pulse. So we're thinking about pressing the knees back, right? Building in those quads, building that strength, building that internal heat for 8, 7, 6, 5. Hands are up for 4. Go 3, 2. Isolate the legs. Take the arms to the side. Little circle. Little circle. So start to wake up those shoulders. Can you sink lower? Can you press the knees back out? And then engage the outside of the seat. We'll reverse that circle in 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse that circle here and circle, circle, circle. We're going to bring those hands to heart center to prayer in 8. Go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to heart center to prayer. Lift that right heel and lower. Lift and lower. Up, down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that heel lifted here, little pulse. So burn out the top of that leg for 8, 7, 6, 5. Best part, worst part, right opposite side in 3, 2, 1. Isolate and hold. Drop that right heel or lift the opposite heel. And then we want to lift and lower, up, down, up, down. So it's almost like we're prepping the quad, right, for the pulses in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. It's little pulse down, 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 down. Pulse for 10, 9. Take it for 8, 7. Roll those shoulders back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's alternate the heels. Switch, switch. So you're just lift, lower, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift both heels. Lower them at the same time. Down and up for 8, 7. Grand finale right here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift those heels. Drop that seat. Right arm up. Left arm up. Lower the shoulders, right? So shoulders don't need to creep up to the ears. 8, 7. Abdominal scoop up and in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Quick shake out of those legs. We're going to come down to that tabletop. So if you want, you can take the weight, place it behind your knee. I'm going to recommend with the Gatorade bottles, you don't need it. And we're going to come to that tabletop. Send your hips back. Take a little poke to your belly button. All right, scoop the abs up and in. Let's lift it down and up. So ceiling stomp, full range, up or down, down or up. We want to shift that weight to the working side. So if it's the left booty cheek, the weight goes to the left hand. Stay with that here. We only have 90 seconds on this one booty cheek. And then we switch it to the opposite side. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're going to take it out to the side in 3, 2, and 1. Out to the side and center. Out to the side and center. So again, this is where usually I like shift my hand, my weight over to my right side. But we want to keep that weight in the working side. So shifting back over to the side we're working. Keep those abdominals scooped up and in. 10, 9, then we're going to combo it. 1 ceiling stomp, 1 fire hydrant in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ceiling stomp, fire hydrant. Whoo! Can you flex that foot? All right, really stomp. Through the ceiling here, you're going to get a nice big stretch after this. So stay with it here. It's up or down, out or in. Beautiful. This is where it builds and it starts to burn in this seat. Stay with it for 10, 9. We're going to come into that high plank in 8, 7, 6. We'll take a nice stretch in 5, and then drop it down. Take a nice stretch. And then, of course, because we can't have one amazing booty cheek, we got to do it on the opposite side. But take this nice stretch right here. Right, nice big inhale. And exhale, breathing in. And out. And then when you're ready, we're just going to take it on the opposite side. Ceiling stomps on that opposite side in 3, 2. Shift the weight to that hand lower and lift. Right, and if you ever wanted to use that weight or that Gatorade, you of course could, but I recommend you do it on both sides so you don't have weighted on one side. That would just cause a little bit of an imbalance. All right, flex that foot like you're stomping through the ceiling. Right, like my hand is a big heavy brick on your foot for 8, 7, 6, 5. Outside of the seat in 4, 3, 2. Take it side and center. Whew. So this is where you kind of feel it in that top part of the outside of your booty, right? You start to feel it fire up right here. Beautiful. Hips are going back. As those hips go back, though, remember that core stays engaged. That gentle poke to that belly button helps us tuck that tailbone up and in for 10, 9. Then we combo in 8, 7, 6. Give it a little hold on the top. 5, 4, 3, 2. Combo that down or up, out or in. Down or up, out or in. And usually the supporting quad's going to kind of feel it too, right? It's like, all right, you got about 15 more seconds here. Can you flex that foot, right? Stomp it through the ceiling. Lift it up to the side. Stomp that ceiling. Lift to the side for 8, 7. Big stretch in 6. Take for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your plank. Knee to elbow. Drop it down. Taking that nice big breath in and out. We're going to get a little bit into our shoulders and our core from here, so your glutes are behind you. We're going to go into our T push-ups. So relaxing those legs, we're going to take one push-up into a side plank. You don't need your weights yet, but you can keep them near you. We're going to go one push-up, one side plank here. So let's shift the weight forward. Dig your toes into the earth. Inhale, exhale. Come up into that side plank. Lower, lift. Come up into that side plank. Right, so we inhale, exhale. Lift it up into that side plank. Inhale, exhale. Find that side plank. So this series we're going to have 2 moves. We're going to do them back to back. Some of them will be unilateral to one side. We'll hit it on the opposite side. It'll be good. We'll fly through it, and then we'll have some arm work here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your tabletop. Press your palms down. Your shoulders are over your elbows and over your wrists. Tuck your toes. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Lift and hold here. And then lower down. Inhale. And right before you lift the knees, you tuck the toes. You exhale the air and hold. You create that abdominal brace for that bear hold. Inhale. Exhale. We got about 3 more of these. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Final one. Hold right here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to the knees. Shift the hips forward. T push-ups. Final time you do these. Inhale. Exhale. Find your side plank. Inhale. Exhale. Find your side plank. Now for these ones, I like to keep my toes on the ground because then after the push-up, I'm pressing into a side plank, so I'm coming up onto my toes. But if you'd rather a little more support, the heels can come close to the booty. 20 more seconds here. And we lead with that heart rate down and up. Inhaling and exhaling for 10, 9. In that side plank, maybe give those hips a little boop, a little lift on the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Palms, bring them right underneath the shoulder, under the elbow. That wrist is right there. Tuck the toes, take a big exhale. lift up. So the core is engaged. Now you can hold here for as long as you can, or you take breaks, you lower the knees, you inhale, reset, exhale to lift. When I just said boop, I felt like Alexa from Schitt's Creek. I feel like she always says boop. Tap those toes. So we want to exhale that air. We kind of want to blow the air out before we go for lifting the knees. Almost like if you start a car in the winter, right? We want to warm the car up before we ask the car to drive somewhere. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Send your left leg long and your arm long. And then let's bird dog crunch. Audibly exhale that air. As you bring the knee to the elbow, let's audibly exhale that air. Round that spine, yes. And you can stay on that one side, yeah. Exhaling and inhaling here, really rounding that spine and then reaching long, because remember we will hit the opposite side. All right, so we're keeping that length and that strength. Tailbone stays tucked. Audibly exhaling that air. 10, physically dropping the chin to the chest, the eyes to the thighs for 5, 4. We're gonna add on to our bear hold in 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna tuck the toes, lift the knees, and then from here you're gonna tap right hand, left knee, left hand, right knee, and then lower down. So press up, toes stay on the ground, tap opposite fingers, opposite knees, and lower. All right, lift, tap, tap. So finding some balance, finding some strength, right? We already built into this core work, so we know what to expect, all right? We got it, so good, so strong. We got about 20 more seconds here. Now you probably are feeling your quads firing up, right? They're holding your whole body up for this right now. Your shoulders are probably starting to feel nice and warm. We have our bird dog crunch on the opposite side in 3, 2, reach it long. So really, we can truly drop the chin to the chest, round that spine, right? The spine can become nice and rounded. Crunching in and out here. Beautiful, taking that nice crunch. That lengthen, that strengthen. And you can take your time finding that brace in center. Coming back and forward. Reaching it back and forward for 5. 4, we have our last variation of that bird dog in 3, 2, and 1. It's your last variation of the bird dog. Tuck the toes, lift the knees to a hover, and then tap right hand, left knee, left hand, right knee, lower back down. Now, if you want more, you can, of course, keep the knees hovering the whole time. But sometimes that gets really intense on the quads. The quads start to fire up and shake, and you had already said your booty is a little tired from the glute work, so option to drop down in between. 15 more seconds. We're going to take it into a little bit of side plank work before we finish in a little downward dog work, and then some nice stretching through the back. So stay with this for as long as we can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to roll it into a side plank. So 2 moves here. We're going to be down on our forearm. Bottom knee can be down. We're going to lower and lift. Lower and lift. Move number 2, option 1, is you can reach just the top leg and the top arm, or option 2, both legs lift up. All right? So we have about 90 seconds on the left side, 90 seconds on the right side. If you want, drop the bottom knee, lower. Exhale to lift, down, up, down, up. Lower, lift. So lowering, squeeze to lift, right? I like to keep the bottom knee down because I feel like it's hard enough, right? Shoulder over that elbow, lowering and lifting. We got about 20 more seconds. 45 seconds is a heck of a lot of time, and you've already done a lot of side plank work with those T push-ups, so if you feel fatigued here, I'm with ya. We're part of the same club. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's extend those legs long. Now remember, you can do this a little more supportive, just that top leg or both legs. This is where you kind of got to roll onto like the meaty part of your booty, right? Not the bony part, but kind of rolling onto that part where there's some skin, right? The booty we just worked now is going to protect us a little bit. Exhale that air as you reach in that V up, all right? We got it, 15 more seconds. We side plank opposite side in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just spin those legs around. No graceful way. Bottom knee can drop. Lower, lift. So I always like to think about the bottom hip being the one that lifts up higher, right? Because if I lift the bottom hip higher, the top hip's naturally going to lift higher. All right, lower and lift here. Woo! You got it, lowering and lifting, building that abdominal strength, that abdominal brace. 15 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the legs long, remember? Top arm is an option. Or alternate, right? You could go one leg, 2 legs. I feel like whenever we do side plank work, I look on the floor and I'm like, oh my God, I need to like dust, and I feel like I just cleaned. I feel like that's the one thing in COVID. I'm like, oh, okay, it would be really nice to be in another space where someone else cleans and dusts, right? Not our homes. It's okay. We're lucky. We're still moving, right? Exhale that air on the top. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come right onto our backs. Feet are going to go nice and wide. Take those hands over your head like a rocket ship, right? So my index fingers are together, my thumbs are crossed, and we're going to crunch and exhale that air. So we're just crunching up and exhaling the air. We're exhaling on the effort. All right. You're in your final set of new abdominal moves, and I promise we got some nice back stretching coming after this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So let's reach up with our whole chest cavity and our shoulders, right? Not just like our head, neck. 3, 2, hold up high right here. Roll the shoulders down the spine. 10 little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's roll onto our side. Now option here, Nicole, you can find a down dog or the down dog split. We're going to work on the left side, though. It's a down dog split into a mountain climber. Audibly exhale that air, or both feet are down. That's totally fine. Find your plank, mountain climber. Hips go up for the down dog. Plank, mountain climber. Hips go up. Either option is totally fine. The down dog split is going to give you a little more booty work. It's going to be a little more intense because you just don't have the support of both feet on the ground. 10, 9, we're going to flip it over. We're going to hit those crunches one final time in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, flip it over. So just a crunch, which is actually, I feel like, harder than a full sit-up, right? Because a sit-up, we can use the momentum of like lurching forward. So same crunch, and it's almost like you're taking your hands like a chop, right? And trying to chop between your legs, right? So chopping between those knees. 20 more seconds here. You'll finish with your little pulses in 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll roll those shoulder blades up, right? Scoop the abdominals down. Little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it over. Hug those knees. Now we got that opposite side with that mountain climber. So hips go up. Option to float the leg up. Exhale as the knee comes between the palms. Inhale to reach back up. Exhale, knee comes in, or both knees can be down. Plank, mountain climber. pike, right? The pikes to get that nice stretch, give ourselves a moment of a reprieve, a reset on those arms. We got about 10 more seconds of movement and a 30-second plank hold to finish this off in 8, 7, 6. It can be a straight arm hold, forearm hold, knees or toes in 3, 2, and 1. So if you're on the forearms, think about pulling the palms down a chalkboard, right? Elbows roll down that chalkboard, shoulders roll back. Shoulders are right over the elbows, or if you're on straight arms, it's shoulders, elbows, wrists, right? If you're up on your toes, kneecaps pull up and in, heels press back, abdominals engage for 10, 9, 8. Neck is long, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower to those hips. Let's come into that half cobra. Press your hips into the mat. Your shoulders are right over those wrists, over those elbows. Hips press down. Hold this nice cobra stretch right here. Big inhale, exhale. In through the nose. You can stay right here, or you can walk it up to that full cobra and press those hips down. Open up your heart, open up your chest, right? And stay there, whichever one feels better. All right, just taking that nice stretch. Just did a ton of core work, so kind of going to give that back a little bit. 11 for 5. We're going to take a narrow child's pose. So our knees are going to stay glued together. Arms are going to reach out in 3, 2, shift the seat back, knees together. Arms reach out in front of us, and then send that forehead down to the mat. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, try to sink deeper into your hips. Let your head melt further into the mat. Reach the fingertips further, but don't let the shoulders just creep up, right? Let the shoulders drop down. Now this is going to feel like we can't get as low. Don't worry, we're going to go to that wide child's pose in 5, 4, 3, 2. Take the knees nice and wide. Now we can drop those hips all the way back. Drop the head down, and now we should feel like, oh, okay, I can get even deeper into my low back. Again, the fingertips reach out. On that exhale, we drop deeper. Hips send back further over the heels. Even though the upper body's reaching forward, right, we're plugging the shoulders down the spine. Breathing in and out for 8, 7. We're going to come into that tabletop cat cows in 5, 4, 3, 2. Come up to straight arms. Walk the knees hips width apart. Find that tabletop, shoulder, elbow, wrist, abdominal scoop up and in. Take a big inhale, look up at the sky, open up your heart, open up your chest. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. So it's almost like your whole belly can drop, right? It can expand. 8, 7, 6. We're going to just shift the hips back into kind of that child's pose. So stay with the same thing. Shift the hips back. And from here, we'll have one more move. We'll come into our downward dog in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, downward dog. Walk those feet nice and wide. Hang right here if you want, Nicole, or pedal it out. Walk it out, right? Bending those knees, right? Maybe it feels better to walk your feet really, really wide, or maybe it feels better to have them narrow, or to have the feet closer to the hands, all right? Just kind of find where you feel sticky, and then move through there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Walk those feet all the way into the hands. Reach your hands for your toes and hang like a rag doll. If you want, you can take opposite hand, opposite elbow, right? You can just hang here. You can shake your head yes and no, yes and no, whatever feels good. Shaking it out, breathing in and out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Bend the knees and roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Woo! Take a little shoulder shake. Grab your Gatorades, grab your weights. We're going to go with a hammer curl and a cross right? Press your legs out. We're gonna take a hammer curl. So palms face in, cross body bicep, hammer curl. All right? So nothing fancy. We got like 5 moves right here. I promise they're gonna fly by. So get in the forearms, bicep, bicep, forearms. The nice thing about using our lower body to kind of pull out on the mat is then we start to engage the core as well, right? So we get that nice little added burn. We got 5 moves, 45 seconds of each. Not a ton of time. We're gonna stay with the forearms. We're just gonna add our shoulders in 5. So it's gonna be a hammer curl to a shoulder press in 3, 2, 1. So palms face in, hammer, shoulder, shoulder, hammer. Forearms, shoulders, shoulders, forearms. All right? Nothing too wild. Keeping that kind of narrow stance here. That's going to make it a little tougher in the shoulders, right? That narrow chest press, that narrow shoulder press are often harder than that wider one. And if you like the wide one, don't worry, you're going there. So stay with it here. We got about 15 more seconds. And then we're going to take it into a single arm chest press, double overhead press. And on the overhead press, we're almost going to think about kind of like kissing our bicep, right, as we press it up. So keeping those weights close, let's bring the arms to goalpost in 3, 2, right arm, bring it in. Left arm, bring it in. Press both arms up overhead. 1 arm, 2 arm, both arms. So I want you to think about almost keeping that bicep close enough that you could kiss your bicep, right? That you can give yourself a little sniff check, right? Smell your armpit, right? Not something we obviously want to do, but kind of an analogy that might help us a little bit, right? Sometimes we have this tendency to want to like push the weights way out here. No, we want to just press them right up over our head. Maybe you can see the weight right in front of you, but that's kind of that analogy of kissing that bicep, keeping it close, keeping it tight. All right, you got about 20 more seconds. I know it's tough because we're working the one-sided here, but stay with it. We're going to go into our overhead tricep extensions. If that does not feel good because you've been in the shoulders for so long, we'll take it to tricep kickbacks in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, tricep extensions, right? Remember, you can always do the kickback as well if that feels better, but that extension. Now, if the weights are together, they're going to feel a little lighter. If they're separated, they're going to feel a little heavier. So you get to kind of pick. They probably already feel pretty heavy, and you're like, nah, I don't need to do more. Totally fine, right? Stay with it here. You got 2 more moves on deck, and then you are done. That is it. You go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring those arms to your hips. Palms face towards me. Circle those arms. So palms face away from the face the whole time we circle up and down, right? Taking that nice circle. You got it. I know, this one's a killer. We got 10 more just like this. 10. Beautiful. 9, 8. Just roll those shoulders down. 7. This is where my shoulders try to creep up to my ears. 8. They're like, we'll help you out. 6. You got it. 5. Last 4 right here. 4. 3. We're going to hold those arms out at shoulder height. 2. Hold those arms out. 30-second hold right here, right? Use your lower body. Bend your knees. Press out on the knees. Scoop the abdominals up and in. Just hold right here. If you want, you can flip the palms to try to distract yourself. It will make it harder, but just stay right here. You got about 15 seconds. Again, this is where my shoulders want to like lurch forward. Roll the shoulder back, right? Lock it in. Find your brace. You have about 10 more seconds here for 10. Keep the arms as straight as possible for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, toss the weights. Toss the Gatorade. It's done. Take those arms, flap your wings, shake them out. Let's take a nice shoulder stretch. Reach that hand across your body. Drop that top shoulder. Oh, well deserved. Shake it out. Opposite side. And then we did a ton of that shoulder work, so let's just stretch out that chest. Interlock those hands behind you, right? Press it up. If you want, you can drop one shoulder and open up that whole chest here. If that doesn't feel good to kind of twist, you don't need to. You can stay right here. But if you do twist on one side, let's twist on the other. And then let's come up to standing. Let's reverse that grip. come away from you, roll the shoulders back. Take that press here. And then one final one, let's take it up over our head. Now you can hold onto your wrist, you can keep the fingers interlocked, whatever feels better. Big inhale, big exhale. And then take it to the opposite side, reach it over. And shake it out. Nice, nice work.